How many times, just ask yourself, honestly, how many times have you stood there, heart on your sleeve, logic perfectly arrayed, your case presented with the passion of a closing argument, only to be met with a blank stare? How many times have you poured out your soul, explaining your intentions, your dreams, your fears, trying to build a bridge to someone else's understanding, only to watch them set fire to your side of the bridge and warm their hands on the flames? You lay out the evidence of your worth, the receipts of your effort, the blueprints of your love, and the verdict comes back the same every time: indifference. Silence. A subtle shift in their eyes that tells you, clear as a ringing bell, they stopped listening before you even began. Why do we fight so hard to be heard by people who have already decided to be deaf? Why do we bleed ourselves dry trying to prove our value to a jury that has already declared us guilty of not being enough for them? This is the battle cry of the exhausted man, the man who has given everything and is left with the echoing silence of his own voice. And I'm here to tell you that this feeling, this moment of ultimate frustration, this final, soul-crushing attempt to explain yourself to the unexplainable, that is the sign. You've been looking for signs in the heavens, in the news, in the world around you. But the final sign, the most urgent and personal sign of the end times, is not in the sky. It's in your gut. It is the last rapture sign. It is the signal that the time has come for the rapture of your old self, the self that begs, the self that explains, the self that negotiates its own worth. This is the moment you are being called to ascend, to be taken up from the world of their validation and into the kingdom of your own peace. For too long, you have been trapped in a compulsive need to be understood, believing that if you just found the right words, the right angle, the right moment, you could fix it. You could make them see. You could make them stay. Today, I promise you a new perspective, a way to stop the bleeding, a way to reclaim the immense, earth-shattering power you've been giving away for free. The power of strategic, holy silence. The power of turning that floodlight of energy you've been shining on others and turning it back onto yourself. The pain is real. I know it. I've lived it. It's the exhaustion that settles deep in your bones. It's the feeling of running a marathon every single day only to find out the finish line was a mirage. You try to be a good man, a strong man, a provider, a lover, a friend. You show up, you do the work, you build, you protect, you give, and yet you feel perpetually on trial. In your relationships, you feel like you have to constantly justify your actions, your emotions, even your moments of quiet. You are cross-examined for your flaws and ignored for your strengths. You feel the sting of being left on read, not just in a text message, but in the conversation of your own life. This emotional drain, this constant, low-grade humiliation of seeking approval from people who hold the keys to a kingdom you don't even want to be a part of. It's a slow death. It grinds you down, chips away at your identity, and convinces you that your value is a fluctuating stock price determined by the whims of someone else's emotional market. You start to believe the lie that you are not enough on your own, that your wholeness depends on their acceptance. This flawed mindset is a virus. It's a spiritual sickness we inherit from a world that teaches us that love is conditional, respect is earned through performance, and our value is external. We see it in movies, we hear it in songs, we are sold it in advertisements. Buy this, and she'll love you. Achieve this, and they'll respect you. Become this, and you'll finally be happy. So we hustle. We perform. We become actors in our own lives, desperate for a standing ovation from an audience that is too busy looking at their phones. We believe that explaining our pain will make them care. We believe defending our character will make them believe us. We believe that more words, more effort, more us will eventually break through their walls. But here is the brutal, liberating truth: you cannot talk someone into valuing you. You cannot convince someone to see a vision they are determined to be blind to. You cannot argue someone into loving you. People who are committed to misunderstanding you will never be convinced by your evidence. They are not seeking truth. They are seeking confirmation of the story they've already written about you in their head. Your words are just static to them. This is the turning point. This is the moment of your ascension. The practice of strategic silence. This is not the silence of weakness. It is not pouting. It is not the silent treatment. It is not passive aggression. It is the most active, powerful, and self-honoring choice you can make. It is the deliberate conservation of your most precious resource, your energy. Your energy is your lifeblood. It is the fuel you use to build your body, your career, your mind, your empire. And you have been pumping it for free into dead-end conversations and emotional black holes. Strategic silence is the act of saying, "My peace is more important than your opinion of me." It is looking at a battle and realizing that the only winning move is not to play. It is the understanding that your silence is an answer. When someone baits you into an argument, your silence says, "My nervous system is not your playground." When someone demands you defend your worth, your silence says, "Oh, I am not auditioning for a role in my own life." When someone tries to pull you back into a toxic cycle, your silence says, "This ride is closed." You let your actions become your argument. You let your peace become your proof. You let your absence become your explanation. You unplug from the matrix of their validation, and you plug directly into the source of your own power. And what do you do with all this reclaimed energy? This ocean of time and focus you're no longer wasting. You turn it inward. You begin the great and holy work of building your own kingdom in the quiet. You stop talking about the man you want to be, and you start building him in the dark, where no one is watching. The applause you need is the sound of weights clanking in the gym before the sun comes up. The validation you crave is the extra zero in your bank account that you earned through disciplined, focused work. The understanding you seek is found in the pages of a book, in the stillness of meditation, in the honest words you write in your own private journal. You become your own source. You learn to sit with your own anger, your own sadness, your own joy, without needing someone else to co-sign the emotion. You become your own healer, your own mentor, your own father. You build a life so compelling, so rich, so fulfilling to you, that the approval of others becomes completely irrelevant. It's a bonus, a nice to have, but it is not the foundation upon which your house is built. Your foundation is solid bedrock, forged by your own hands, in your own sacred silence. And here is the beautiful, undeniable paradox. The moment you truly stop chasing, the moment you stop explaining, the moment you stop needing them to understand, is the moment you become magnetic. Your self-assuredness, your calm, your unwavering focus on your own path creates an aura of power that is far more compelling than any desperate plea ever could be. People are drawn to those who are whole. They respect those who respect themselves. Your silence creates a vacuum, a space of intrigue. They will wonder why you're not fighting anymore. They will wonder why you're not biting at the bait. They will see you moving differently, carrying yourself with a new weight, a new gravity. They will see you building your life, brick by brick, without needing their permission or their applause. And the right people, the people who are meant to be in your orbit, will hear your silence more loudly and more clearly than your words ever could. They will be drawn to the light you are generating, not the light you are begging for. They will want to know the man who built his kingdom in the quiet, because he is a king, not a court jester. So tonight, I challenge you. The sign has appeared. The final urgent call has been made. It is the exhaustion in your soul. It is the rapture of your old way of being. The next time you feel that fire in your chest, that desperate urge to explain, to defend, to justify, to beg to be understood by someone who has proven they are incapable of it, I want you to stop. Take a deep breath. Feel the ground beneath your feet and choose to ascend. Choose strategic silence. Choose your peace. Choose your energy. Choose yourself. Go and build your ark. Go and build your temple. Go and build your life with the fierce, quiet resolve of a man who has finally understood his own value. The rapture is personal. It's happening right now, inside of you. Don't be left behind in the world of noise and neediness. Ascend into the quiet power of who you were always meant to become. The right people will find you there.